From downtown Salt Lake City, Utah, at the Gateway, this is Devotion Championship Wrestling. Hello, folks. Lauren Gardner here, the Cicerone, calling the action on tonight's episode of Hard Hitting Action. Tonight, we're going to see the Irish Extreme and Abraham Storm. Two hard-hitting brawlers going at it in the ring for the first time here on DCW TV. In our main event, the Utah State Television Championship goes on the line as William Cutting defends against the Lizard King, Raqueóra. But first, in our opening match, newcomer to DCW, Radical Red Matthews takes on fan favorite, Mr. Classic. We go to this match in the ring now. Referee calls for the bell. We are underway, and a show of sportsmanship from these two right out of the gate. Matthews, of course, this being his second bout here at DCW. We first saw him go up against the gargantuan Josh Glade. Yes, recognizing the speed of Mr. Classic right there. However, able to match him laterally right here. Goes underneath a roundhouse and comes in with multiple shots to the breadbasket. Matthews able to create some separation. Classic, the best looking drop kick we've seen in Utah. There is no doubt in my mind. Mr. Classic delivering. Rushes in, able to evade is Matthews. Matthews rushes in, evades, as does Classic with a running sidestep. Bulldog now goes for the cover. Two. Red Matthews gets his shoulder up, keeps this match going, and the fans are absolutely loving it here. Classic calling his shot with the running backstabber. Now calling for his finisher, the Glory Mr. Classic. Doesn't get it in, but instead comes off the ropes and a sidewalk slam. Matthews goes for the cover. Two. Mr. Classic kicks out. Red Matthews, we are definitely seeing a strength advantage here. Demonstrated right there. You've got to be kidding me. Goes for the cover. Two. Again kicks out. Does Classic. Matthews not getting discouraged. Realizing that he's got to do quite a bit to keep a good man down, and there is none gooder, if you will, than Mr. Classic. Into a side headlock, cranking it on there. Referee Chris Harmon checking there to warning him, Matthews that is, to make sure he can either turn the head or get the throat in the crook of the elbow, as that is the legal chokehold here at DCW. Matthews, though, coming in. I'm telling you, Matthews, agile, but equally strong. Goes for the cover, and again, Classic again kicks out. I was saying, Matthews, he's got the speed, and surprisingly, at least matched up against Mr. Classic, he has shown an impressive amount of strength. Now, stretching out the pectoralis major, not to mention the deltoids and shoulders. Classic able to get around, get out of it. Comes off the ropes. Goodness sakes. Matthews almost taking off Classic's head. When we saw Matthews, his first bout against Josh Glade, he was favoring that back a little bit. We can see he's still got that Kinsey tape on. And we've seen Classic target that with the backstabber. But now, goodness. That strength of the Radical Red Matthews, asking the fans if they'd like to see. Oh no, you gotta be kidding me. We're going around the world, folks. I told you, the guy has got strength and he is putting it on in a complete display. A showcase of strength, if you will. Matthews winning over the fans almost as quickly as did Classic when he burst onto the scene here at DCW. Classic struggling to get to his feet, though. He does. In rushes Matthews, goes for the running splash, but out of the way, is able to get Classic. Classic trying to chop down Matthews with a lariat across the collarbone. Goes for a second attempt. Not enough to bring down the Big Red. Off the ropes. Again off the ropes. And there he goes with the leaping lariat. Beautifully executed. Matthews struggling to get to his feet into the corner. Classic calling his shot. And he goes for another running backstabber, but Matthews gets out of the way and he gets two. Patella full of turnbuckle, looking for a big power bomb now, but instead, Classic evades and delivers the glory, Mr. Classic. Puts him into position for the cover. 1, 2, and that's it, folks. Your winner by pinfall, Mr. Classic. Welcome back, folks. Right now, Abraham Storm coming out to the ring to greet the devoted faithful.
Lake City, Utah, make some noise! Tonight, I'm taking on Irish Extreme. I'm going to show him that I'm the best fighter in the world. I'm coming to dominate that man. And DCW. This is my second time here in 2021, and I got more to prove.
Excited to be here, there is no doubt.
Irish Extreme, you may be tough, but I'm the best fighter in the world. I come to destroy every time I get in the ring. I don't care how extreme you are.
The best fighter in the world doesn't even have eyes in the back of his head. And that's what Irish Extreme has been counting on as he rushes in from behind, getting the advantage. Referee Chris Harmon calls for the bell. This is sounded. We are underway as these two brawlers literally brawling in the ring. Irish Extreme coming in, holding back nothing with a volley of attacks. Great suplex there from Irish Extreme. Irish Extreme, who we've seen many times here at DCW. We've seen him make allegiances with many different people, but when it all comes down to it, he seems to be a guy who wants to go at it himself, a guy who can only really rely on one person, that being himself. And oh man, getting a warning there from our referee about a closed-fisted strike. Now in with the leg sweep, puts him into position and goes for a cover. Storm able to kick out, self-proclaimed best fighter in the world. Had been on his heels ever since the initiation of this bout when Irish Extreme took him unawares. Irish Extreme known to bend the rules just as he's now bending Storm across the middle rope. Pulling Storm back into the ring. Oh, goodness sakes. Oh, goes for the cover. No, that's not it. There's still some fight left in the greatest fighter in the world. Self-proclaimed, that is. Irish Extreme looking to prove that he may not be the best, but he's better than the best fighter in the world. Now again, looking to use the ropes as a weapon with a half Nelson crank against the neck, trapping the left arm of Abraham Storm. Having words now with our referee. This, however, has allowed Storm to get back on his feet, looking to come back here a bit, trying to get some offense going for himself, able to duck a lariat, and the two bring each other down. Red Rover, both of you guys come right on over. With both competitors on their backs, a referee up to a 4 count now. One would have to suspect that whomever gets to their feet first is going to have the advantage. And it is Storm rushing in, bringing down Extreme with a big lariat. Now a second, you can just hear that clap across the clavicle. Kicking Extreme right into the guts, pitching him into the corner. Now with a Superman punch, saying, let's bring it belly to belly. He brings it and puts him right back down. Storm feeling it, as is the devoted faithful here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Setting up for another Superman punch, puts him down, goes for the cover. And that's it, folks.
And your winner, Abraham Storm!
A big win for Abraham Storm.
We'll return to our story in just 1 minute, Rangers.
It's me, the big LG, the good brother himself in the middle of this good brother
Autumn.
You've been seeing me everywhere lately, from New Japan Pro Wrestling to AEW to my home in Impact Wrestling. Well, guess what? You can see me live along with Impact Wrestling.
Carl Anderson, December 4th.
In Salt Lake City, Utah. That's right. Devotion Championship Wrestling is getting infused with an Impact. We will be there live. And for you aspiring pro wrestlers, there's a huge seminar that weekend.
Carl Anderson.
And I evaluating new talent for Impact Wrestling. Come there, check it out. We've already got some new talent from these seminars you'll see in the upcoming weeks on Impact Wrestling TV. But Saturday night,
December 4th.
DCW, you definitely want to be there. I even heard there's a little preview in the bar on Friday night, and Sex Ferguson himself has whispered in my ear that he'll show up too. Be there.
This is it, folks, our main event. Referee Chris Harmon holding up the gold right there. It was William Cutting who unified the Core Championship and the Utah State Television Title Championship. And newcomer to DCW Television. Not the first time we've had him here at DCW, but the first time we've had him here on an episode of DCW Wrestling at the Gateway. Raqueóra, the Winged Serpent, showing his lucha skills. This is a man who has been trained by the Brian Kendrick, as well as being a graduate from the inaugural LA Dojo class of the New Japan Pro Wrestling LA Dojo. We've seen that he is as quick as it's gonna get. And interestingly enough, I believe it's gonna be a challenge for Cutting. Cutting here at DCW, one of the smaller competitors, and he's used that to his advantage. He is used to fighting guys that are a lot larger than him, but a lot smaller, a lot slower than him. And it's interesting to see how he's going to have to adapt to someone who matches his size. Changes the game plan from what you're used to in your day-to-day. But of course, one thing that will never change when it comes to William Cutting is his misuse, his mistreatment of his opponents, and his disregard for any sense of honor and any sense of respect inside the squared circle. Goes for the cover. Raqueóra kicks out. Oh, just the disrespect. Oh my goodness sakes, did you see him bounce? Oh, the Lizard King's head right off of the mat. Oh. Cutting himself, no stranger to pain, having performed in freak shows prior to wrestling as a demonstrant of pain. Now going for another cover. Did you see how he had Raqueóra bent right in half there? Now cross-facing with a barbed wire crossface across his opponent's face. William Cutting, I'm sure upset that his opponent was even given a chance at the title here. Looking to prove something to management. But Raqueóra coming back strong, only to be stopped. And now, oh, goodness. Dropped right on his shoulders and upper back. Rolls him over, goes for the cover. Raqueóra kicks out. William Cutting still on the offensive. Cutting looking for the butcher's hooks, but not able to do so with the mask of the Lizard King. Raqueóra coming on an offensive attack here into a basement, or excuse me, a backpack chokehold. Locked on tight, not wanting to give up any sort of position. Look at that, moves from the back to the front without dropping, bringing his opponent down to the ground. Beautifully done, now able to sprawl out. Cutting, looking to create some separation here with repeated shots to the kidneys. And another suplex, beautifully done. Not happy about it. Showing that he still maintains dominance in the match. Well, that will, oh, come on now, stepping on his hand. Absolutely, Chris Harmon has every right to give him a talking to. Come on, Cutting. You know, I respect what Cutting did in unifying the championship. It definitely does add more prestige to a title when there is less competition just out of its own regard and its own happenstance, but what he's doing in the ring is just despicable. Raqueóra kicks out again. Cutting definitely frustrated. Raqueóra looking for some shoulder control here, trapping Cutting's right shoulder, doing some damage there. Crank it back on the neck, beautifully done. Some definite cat. Oh, come on! He's biting. Oh, Cutting bites the hand on the far side of the official. The official checking in on our opponent, unable to see what was happening on that far side. Using some defensive strikes now here. No doubt having learned in the LA dojo. Cutting now, traps both legs. Looking hard to flip his opponent. Gets him into position and sits in on a Boston Crab. A vicious submission hold. One of the worst I've ever had employed on me. If you've never had it, don't try it, folks. It's not one to mess around with. Raqueóra trying to get to the ropes, but Cutting doing his best to pull him back. Bringing back into the center of the ring, but there he gets it, slithering away. Making it, Cutting making full use of that 5 count. The devoted faithful not happy, nor am I, let's be honest, for that matter, with the actions of our champion. But as I've always said, don't tell me about the labor pains, just show me the baby. And that's what William Cutting does week in, week out, as he maintains control over that championship. His baby, if you will. Raqueóra, beautifully done with the fireman carry, takeover slam, or excuse me, takeover drop. Now gets himself into position for a cover, and Cutting gets a shoulder up. You know, I don't know what's going on backstage with the butcher shop, but it's interesting to note that neither Steele nor Lucas are out here accompanying William Cutting. Definitely not to his advantage, as we've seen him have to rely at times on his butcher shop teammates. But if you can hear the boos of the devoted faithful, you know that this could perhaps be the end, as Cutting is trying to set up the self-harm, but a beautiful escape. Now into an offensive reversal by Raqueóra. Up to his feet. Cutting looking to create some separation, not enjoying the tactic being employed on him, able to get out of it. Cutting hits the anxiety attack. Looking to retain his title, does not go for the pin. Instead, goes ahead, puts on that self-harm, cranks it in tight. Readjusting, getting it right across, and that's it, folks. He taps out, and William Cutting retains his title yet again. Success in anything, consistency is key. And William Cutting is as consistent as they come and retains his television title.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have been told to read this verbatim. Please get to your feet, you sheeple, and cheer for your DCW heavyweight champion, Andrew Sowell.
Welcome back, folks. Our champion would like to address us.
I am inevitable. Inevitable. I am inevitable. Inevitable.
Look at this idiot in the pink hair sitting next to this idiot in the yellow shirt. You, sir, are a sheeple. You're canceled. All of you are no better than Manny Smith because I could beat each and every one of you. Let's go ahead and run down the list, yeah? Tom Chad, beat him. Sam Adonis, beat him. Manny Lemonades, beat him.
I mean, he is right.
I would never cheat. How dare you accuse me of such a thing, you fascists?
I think we can all accuse him of that soundly.
I'll tell you what. I am a defending champion, and I have an open challenge to anyone that's willing to get their ass kicked.
Wow. Okay. An open challenge extended from our champion. Who will heed that call? Ladies and gentlemen, back from Georgia, it's the Buffmeister, the Beefaroni himself, Brett Buff Shea. Big fan favorite here at DCW, a man who is metamorphized himself into quite the specimen from the gentleman we first met him as to whom we see before us now, Brett Buff Shea, answering the open challenge. Has so well bitten off more than even he can chew.
I heard you're looking for an opponent. Well, guess what? The Buff Daddy wants to wrestle right now for the DCW World Heavyweight Championship! So what do you say? So well?
Tell you what, you want to mess with me right now? You want to go right now? You want to go right now? No. You see, the thing.
I've never seen it, but Solo seems to be at a loss for words.
Madam, I am anything but a coward. How dare you? I'll tell you what, no. I have a knee thing. I can't wrestle you right now. But I'll tell you what.
A knee thing. He has a knee thing, of course.
Next week, you and me, one-on-one for my DCW Heavyweight Championship.
Challenge accepted. I'm getting the nod from my producers. And set for next week. Make sure to tune in. But so well hits the politically correct statement.
You're nothing more than a sheeple, just like all these dum-dum want to do.
Folks, tune in next week. Let's see if Brett Buff Shea can come out of this one on top. I'm Lauren Gardner, the Cicerone, and as always, until next time, stay devoted.
Now I will kill you.